name inspired fear, Umar ibn Al-Khattab. He was a man of immense strength, with a sharp tongue and an uncompromising nature. When Umar walked, people stepped aside. He was a force to be reckoned with, a staunch defender of the old ways. One fateful day, driven by his opposition, he grabbed his sword and set out with a grim determination to end the life of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. But on that very day, destiny intervened. Allah had a different plan for this powerful man. On his way, he was diverted to his sister's house. As he approached, he heard a sound that would change everything, the beautiful recitation of the Qur'an. It was Surah Taha. The verses, clear and profound, pierced through his hardened exterior. The same Umar who had once struck Muslims in his anger now found his knees giving way. He fell, trembling, overwhelmed by the power of the words. He whispered, This is not the speech of man." In that moment, the wall around his heart crumbled. Umar ibn Al-Khattab accepted Islam, and with his conversion, the course of history in Makkah was altered forever. Umar's faith was as bold as his personality. He didn't practice in secret. He went straight to the Kaaba and prayed openly, defiantly in front of everyone. For the first time, the Muslims of Mecca could practice their faith with their heads held high, protected by the man who once persecuted them. Islam, which had been whispered in private homes, now walked openly in the streets. Years later, as the second Caliph, Umar's authority extended over a vast empire, stretching from the Arabian Peninsula all the way to Persia and beyond. He was one of the most powerful rulers on earth, yet this power never corrupted him. It only served to reveal the depth of his character. He was a leader who slept on the hard ground, wore clothes with patches he had sewn himself, and lived a life of extreme simplicity. His focus was not on palaces or treasures, but on the people he was responsible for. Umar's sense of duty was legendary. He would patrol the streets of Medina at night, disguised to personally check on the well-being of his people. He wanted to see their struggles with his own eyes. One night, drawn by the sound of crying children, he found a woman hunched over a pot on a fire. Her children were wailing from hunger. He looked into the pot and saw only water and stones. The desperate mother was boiling them, trying to trick her children into thinking food was coming, hoping they would eventually fall asleep. Seeing this, Umar's heart broke. He didn't send a servant or issue a decree. He ran to the state treasury, the Bait al-Mal, and filled a large sack with flour, dates, and butter. He hoisted the heavy sack onto his own back. When his servant saw this, he rushed to help, saying, "Oh, Commander of the Faithful, let me carry it for you." But Umar turned to him with a profound and heavy question. "Will you carry my sins for me on the day of judgment too?" He personally carried the food to the family, cooked a meal for them with his own hands, and sat with them until the children ate their fill and fell asleep, smiling. This was Umar, a man who feared Allah's judgment more than he feared any rebellion, any enemy, or even death itself. His entire reign was defined by this incredible humility and fear of God. His justice was swift and impartial. His administration was revolutionary, but his heart remained that of a humble servant. Even in his final moments, this fear remained his guiding light. After being stabbed while leading the prayer, as he lay dying. His primary concern wasn't the pain of his wound or the future of the empire. His greatest worry was whether his deeds were enough, whether Allah would be pleased with him. He asked those around him, "Tell me, will Allah accept me?" Power did not change Umar ibn Al-Khattab. It simply revealed the incredible man he truly was. A man who feared God more than power, who carried the weight of his people on his shoulders, and whose legacy of justice, humility, and leadership continues to inspire millions around the world. Thank you for watching. If you were inspired by the story of Umar, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories of the great figures of our history.